When Bungie unveiled Arc 3.0 and everything that each class would be getting, it was assumed from the onset by most people that the Warlock would feel the most unchanged. Titan's got a ground dash, and Juggernaut, and a new Falcon Punch style melee ability. Hunter's even got a brand new super. But the only new item on the list for Warlocks essentially was the melee ability Lightning Surge, and on paper it did sound amazing. And I'm happy to report that it translates to gameplay very, very well. So much so that it will forever change the Stormcaller playstyle and kit for the better. And I'm going to break down everything you need to know about this ability in this video. But real quick, let me tell you about something else that might change your life for the better, courtesy of today's sponsor, Manscaped. This is an old-fashioned. And it's called that because this classy, refined drink is hundreds of years old. So much so that it was still called an old-fashioned back when the founding fathers were ordering these at their local bars. So why do people keep coming back to this drink? Well, because it's clean, it's refined, it balances all the important flavors: bitter, sweet, savory, spicy. Gentlemen, take some inspiration from this simple, timeless cocktail. Do you want your partner to find you memorable? Do you want them to keep coming back? Then you need to start treating your body like a timeless cocktail of ingredients, and you need to let Manscaped help. With their Platinum Package 4.0, Manscaped will give you everything you need to achieve this balance. There's their new aluminum-free underarm deodorant. There's the Crop Preserver deodorant for your boys down south to keep you from generating those nasty odors throughout the day. You're also going to get 2 aluminum cans that have become a daily part of my routine. One is their brand new shampoo and conditioner. The other is their body wash. You'll also get the Lawnmower 4.0 electric trimmer with skin-safe technology for those close shaves with no nicks and no cuts on anything below your waistline. And also the Weed Whacker to take care of those nasty-looking nose hairs without any tugging or pulling. And if you decide to get the Platinum Package 4.0, you'll also get 2 free gifts, including the luxury leather bag, The Shed, to keep all your goods in, as well as Manscaped's new anti-chafing boxer briefs, which are fantastic and comfortable. So remember the old-fashioned. Take the initiative to be the man that your partner craves. Because after all, don't they deserve it? And don't you deserve it too? So go to manscaped.com, use my code Vanguard20 to get 20% off your order, as well as free international shipping. Do it today. And let's get back to some Destiny. Lightning Surge, if you aren't familiar, is a new melee ability where sliding and then inputting your melee command will consume your melee charge and teleport you a short distance up to an opponent, or in between several of them. And when you emerge, you call down several bolts of lightning that damage and jolt, that's a new keyword, jolt targets around you. Since they're jolted, they then chain damage off of one another, often leading to a multi-kill with just one well-timed melee activation. This has several different applications, but perhaps the best and most consistent application of this melee ability is simply to finish off enemies that you have already damaged, who then break for cover to regenerate their health. If they're hurt, but they go around the corner and they're camping there with a shotgun, even though they're damaged, it's a big risk to push them through a small doorway, or if they're jumping over the doorway. So if you use this melee ability to teleport through the choke point and get the kill, then hey, you come out on top. Similarly, let's say a Titan is weak, and then they put their barricade up in your face. Well, instead of making yourself vulnerable by jumping over the wall or walking around the wall where they can see through it and know exactly when to time their shotgun shot or their fusion rifle shot, you can instead just teleport up to the side or even through the barricade if you're willing to take a little damage and clean them up easily with the melee ability. Another great application is to use it as a means of crossing a lane that you need to get through quickly, but you don't want to get picked while you do it. So you can teleport across the doorway or through the doorway, or just to safety if someone challenges you from far away and you're caught kind of in the open of no man's land, right? So you can definitely use it evasively if you're willing to sacrifice your melee charge in order to do so. Now, the damage numbers are very strange on this ability. As far as I can tell, there are 3 different damage numbers that you can proc. First, there's the 91 damage that the impact of the lightning bolts that come down, that impact inflicts. So that's the initial damage applied by the impact of the ability itself, 91 damage. Then there's the 31 damage that you get for applying the Jolt debuff. Now, anyone hit by the melee will get those 2 numbers applied to them for a total of 122 damage. So if you are attacking a singular opponent, just know that you need to do about 70 to 80 damage before or after the melee ability in order to secure the kill. So a hand cannon headshot will often do the trick depending on your enemy's resilience. A wave frame grenade launcher would work splendidly. A couple of shots from a sidearm or one burst from an aggressive sidearm. There's lots of things you can do before activating the melee that will prime them up enough for the melee to kill them. One important thing to note is that you have time to slide and fire your weapon and then activate the melee ability. So fully automatic weapons aren't great for this, but anything that does big chunk damage is fantastic. Now the third damage number that you'll see with this melee attack is 51 damage. That damage is applied when damage gets chained via the jolt debuff from one enemy to another. So if I were to slide into a group of enemies and execute the lightning surge attack, anyone caught in the attack will take 122 damage, and then they will often bounce 51 damage back and forth for a potential multi-kill. So you see tons and tons of multi-kills from exactly this scenario in this video, in this gameplay that you're watching in the background. So I slide into a group, I teleport into the middle, I call down the lightning, and I listen to Shax read off the list of medals that he's giving me for it. And that 51 damage pinging off each other, it happens very fast. In less than a second, an enemy can send a charge off to another player and then receive that same charge back to them in the blink of an eye. Now there are a couple of things to note about this melee ability if you're going to use it like this. It is extremely reckless, and it puts you in a very vulnerable position. So much so that a lot of your multi-kills with this ability will also be scenarios in which you die. So you have to sort of weigh that risk and reward. Am I willing to get a double kill or a triple kill, whatever, for the steep price of my very life? So for me, the answer is usually yes. But I won't be quite so reckless in something like Trials of Osiris, where my death could be a potential detriment to the team. It could be a matter of winning or losing the match or the round at the very least. Now this melee ability, it synergizes very, very well with a lot of different exotic armor pieces too. So you'll have to make a decision about what you want your armor to do for you. So most of the gameplay in this video is me using the Claws of Ahamkara to get 2 charges for my melee. Now this means that I can, if I have both charges, I can teleport up into an enemy, call down the lightning for that 120 damage, and then immediately slap them again with a standard charged melee attack for a quick ranged cleanup. And it costs 2 charges to do that, but it's extremely lethal if you want to dump a lot of damage into someone really, really quick. You could also use the Karnstein armlets to potentially chain this attack directly into another engagement because, you know, you're going to apply some constant healing to yourself provided your melee attack secures you a kill initially. You could also use the new Fallen Sunstar helmet, which I've been running myself lately, to give you extra ability energy back when you secure those kills with any arc ability, or you create an ionic trace through an arc weapon kill, right? So you can use the melee ability even more. Or you could use the necrotic grips, these exotic arms, another fantastic choice for even more crowd control potential with the poison spreading from one target to the next. And that dot, unlike solar damage over time, this dot can burn them out, can kill them. So the possibilities are limitless, so you just got to get out there and do some experimenting. I'm sure new strategies will emerge as the season progresses. So what are you thinking about the Lightning Surge ability so far? How do you like using it? How do you like fighting against it? Let me know in the comments section below. And thanks so much for watching this video. I've got more content on the horizon. I'll probably do a video where I talk about my thoughts on skill-based matchmaking and how it was implemented and how it's feeling. We had a pretty rocky start. And I was like, yo, guys, something is off. Like, this feels terrible. Connections are bad. I'm matching like 6 stacks a lot, and teammates are just dropping like flies and leaving matches. It was just seriously unfun. And then Bungie comes out and they're like, hey, guys, so matchmaking was kind of broken. Not only were we doing forced crossplay where console was playing PC and vice versa, whether you opted in or not, but on top of that, the skill-based matchmaking changes didn't go live in full effect. So some stuff changed that wasn't supposed to change, and we decided to fix it. So in that first, like, not quite, but almost 24 hours, there's a lot of wonkiness going on, and my initial take was like, hey, this is terrible. But now that we're settling into the way that Bungie wants it to be, we'll have to collect some evidence and deliver my thoughts on that as well in a future video. So, anyways, hey, if you liked this video, would you consider leaving a like on it, as that is the best free way to support content creators here on YouTube Gaming? And feel free to subscribe for additional Destiny 2 content. Be warm and well fed, my friends, and I hope to catch you in the Crucible.